get arrested, we keeping that private. Buy me a Hyatt for Wyatt. I'ma make sure that you go on a diet. Eat from your plate, you can tell that I like it. You thought you was gonna bag my chick. Yeah, right.
Good morning, everyone. I'm your host, Zach Shoemaker, and I hope you guys are off to a very blessed start to you guys' week. Well, today is a very special episode that you're not going to miss. And why, you might ask? Well, you're going to hear from the newest member of the 2020 Oklahoma State recruiting class. And yes, in fact, it has now moved up to the number 6 overall class in all of 2020. But who is that guest? Well, it's Matthew Alexander-Moncrieffe, and it's a special one, I promise you. But this isn't the only special and big-time thing upcoming on Shoes Views or my new show on IGTV, Big Time. But how will you stay up to date on both of those? Well, head over to my Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Zach Shoemaker. And whatever podcast platform you're currently listening to, make sure to go subscribe, like, comment, whatever you can to continue to spread the movement. And if you're on YouTube right now, make sure to go head down and subscribe. Give me a like, give me a comment. I definitely appreciate that. As you heard on the last episode though, this is another big time thing upcoming on Shoes Views. And that's that there's a new partnership I'm excited to talk about. And that's with the Player Circle, who is bringing this episode to you. As the Player Circle is the only social networking app designed specifically for grassroots basketball players and coaches. You can go and post all your career accomplishments, mixtapes, edits, pictures, commitment edits, you name it, to get noticed from college coaches and scouts from all over the country. So make sure to go head over and download at the App Store right now. And also, I got to give a big shout out to Recruit News. They're one of the best, if not the best, social media for college recruiting out right now. Make sure to go give them a follow on Instagram. With that being said, let's head over and let's start this interview. So, Matthew Moncrieffe's interview is up next. Let's get started. I'm blessed to welcome on the number 57 overall recruit in the class of 2020. The 4-star recruit is also the number 14 overall small forward and the number 1 overall player in all of Ontario. He was named the 2019 Canadian Player of the Year and also one of the star players on Team Canada this past summer. He's one of the star players at Orangeville, and he's the newest member of the number 6 overall ranked recruiting class at Oklahoma State. And Matthew Alexander-Moncrieffe. What's happening, my guy?
Sir, I'm good. Happy to be here.
For sure, man. So, let's get into this. What does it feel like? You're committed. What's it feel like, man?
Oh, man, it's a lot of people say it's a stress off your shoulder, stuff like that. I don't really feel like that. It's just happy to be a part of a family that, that we're building towards something special. And next year's going to be crazy. So I'm just happy. I'm excited to get the process started. I just want to get down on campus. So.
And you're being joined by an elite class. I mean, you guys are a top 10 unanimously on all sites now. I mean, number 6 is the highest you guys are ranked. I mean, talk about that class. Cade Cunningham, number 1 player in the class. I mean, you're talking about so much depth. Talk about all the guys in that recruiting class.
Oh, for sure, man. You already know about Cade. Great passer, great scorer, great everything. Really, he's a lottery pick next year. There's nothing we could do about that. But I'm just excited to go play with him. I played with him on several occasions. He fits right into my style. Get the ball, run, throw lobs, push it in transition. So that's everything I love to do, man. We got Rondell. He's a very underrated bucket. So I'm excited to play with him too. And we're still potentially working on JT Thor. So we get him, that's for sure top 5 recruiting class. We're going to be one of the scariest teams in the country defensively and just a lot of length, defensive versatility, and a lot of energy. So I'm excited. Exactly. I mean, you talked about before, I believe you guys play on Pangos with Cade and also JT. Talk about how you guys play with each other at that camp. No, that camp was stout. That camp was one of the best just weekends of my basketball career. We was running up and down, throwing lobs. Everything, man, dunking on people. So that's everything I want to do in college. Just play that fast-paced transition, get on a run, and JT can hit a shot, K can hit a shot. So we're really scary. But that weekend, that's exactly how we want to play next year is in transition. So without a doubt, man. And talk about other guys you guys could be committing. I mean, you talked about JT a little bit, but I know other guys, possibly like Donovan Williams. Talk about some of the guys you guys are looking at. For sure. Donovan was there on my official. He took an unofficial there. So we were there. We chopped it up a little bit. We talk every now and then. But, I know Donovan, he's a great scorer, great body for that 1-2 spot, combo spot. So, we're working on him too. I'm right after this, I'm going to probably hit him up. But, no, we were definitely working on Donovan, and, that's my guy. So he'll be a great addition for us. I mean, talk about the process. I mean, obviously, you've been recruited for a long time now, but talk about how it's been like from the time you get your very first college offer, obviously leading up to now your commitment. Oh, no, it's been a crazy process. I remember I got my first offer when I was like 15 to Georgia Tech, just after a practice, till like now, I playing EYBL, all that circuit stuff. So, it's been a crazy process throughout it all, but, we just really wanted to take our time with it, make sure we developed a great relationship with all the coaching staffs, and man, that's really what it came down to. But we just had to thoroughly dissect everything. We went on synergy, watched their style of play, and all that type of stuff. So ultimately, I was 100% sure of my decision. So.
Absolutely. And talk about your top three. I mean, obviously you narrowed down to obviously Oklahoma State. You had Georgetown, also Seton Hall. Talk about what those schools all brought to the table.
Georgetown, you obviously know Coach Patrick Ewing, legendary coach, one of the best basketball minds to ever do it. So that was so intriguing. It was it was hard to tell him no when I had to call the college phone and tell Coach Pat I wasn't coming. So that was probably one of the hardest decisions I had to make. But ultimately, I just felt like the situation at Oklahoma State and their coaching staff was better. And Seton Hall, obviously, they're top 6 or 7 right now in the country. So and Coach Willie is one of the best basketball minds too. So it was hard telling them no too. But like I said, Coach Boynton, I just have my full trust in him. He's one of the best teachers of the game right now. So I just put my whole hand and I give all my trust to him.
So what was the thing that separated Oklahoma State from everyone else?
Really just the freshman class. Our ability to really have a big impact on the Big 12 next year. And just the plan they set aside for me and my career and everything like that, their development plan, their everything like that, just stuff for the future to make me a pro, because that's my end goal, obviously. But I feel like those things right there were separated. Just the plan they really laid out for me to be a pro, and just our ability to have a big impact on the Big 12 next year, and just my ability to come in and impact it right away. So those 3 things mainly.
Mm-hmm. And I'll talk about that. I mean, the Big 12, man. I mean, obviously it's a Power 5 conference, it's an elite conference with so much talent, especially going in recruiting classes next year. Talk about how you guys view the Big 12 and some of the big competition games you guys are going to look at.
Oh, no, the Big 12 is a grind, man. That's one of the things Coach Boynton talked to me about every day. It's a grind. You're going from West Virginia to Texas Tech to Baylor to Kansas to Tech. That's the best conference in the country, hands down. So, it's a grind. We're playing a lot of big dudes. It's going to take a lot of maturing. That first couple months we were at school, we're going to be a lot of maturing, a lot of hard practices. That's what I'm looking forward to. But, it's definitely a grind, and we're just going to have to be ready for it as a young team. But we got Coach Boynton leading the charge, and I go to war with him against anyone. So,
talk about your guys' relationship with Coach Mike. I mean, obviously you guys have it's going to be a great connection. I mean, obviously, how was his recruitment process? Was he the main coach that was involved in your recruitment process, or was there maybe an assistant coach that stepped up big time?
No, it was mainly Coach Eric, the assistant, Eric Pastrana, the assistant. He was on me every day, called me every day. He was down here quite often. Coach Boynton was on my phone a lot too, so that made it a lot easier because during conference play, a lot of head coaches are busy and stuff like that. But now Coach Boynton really made an effort to call me a lot. He was down here a lot in conference play to come watch me. So, I really developed a great relationship. We went out for dinner several times on my visit. Great relationship. So it just made it easy. It just made it real easy. Just connecting with them, joking with them, and just getting a real view on me and the real deal. So that made it easy.
That's awesome. And talk about what it's like when you go on a visit. I mean, obviously there's different ways. Sometimes you get the whole day, then you go to games. But really, what's it like when you go on an official visit?
Well, most times when I got there, I would get there like the day before game day or 2 days before game day or something like that. So I'd really go watch a practice, and I think that was big for me, just to really see coaches in action, see how they teach, see how they if they're big yellers, if they're like what if they fit my style. So I really go watch a practice, and then whatever, get something to eat later on, go chill with the team, and then probably go back to the hotel that night. And then the next day they either play or they'd have like another walkthrough type thing, another game, get ready for the game. And then I usually go watch the game, whatever. And then after the game, I was always in the change room with the teams, And then after the game, I sometimes go hang out with the guys, get their opinion on what happened throughout the game, and just keep on building that relationship. So that's mainly what it was.
What players in Oklahoma State were like the biggest influences in you? Like, did you build any really good relationships with any of the guys?
Oh yeah, for sure. Isaac, their point guard, we call it Ice. Isaac, that's there right now. Right after the game, he just spoke to me about everything he sees and stuff like that. So he's calling me throughout the process. Just letting me know why Oklahoma State should be my home and everything like that. But now we got a good relationship with Ice and the rest of the guys. Yours really cool. Keelan, Caleb, all of them. So I got a good relationship with a lot of them going in. Cameron Griff, who's leaving, but that was like big bro when I was there. So
There's a lot of guys obviously that's going to be leaving, which is why you guys have so many guys coming in as a recruiting class.
for
Let's talk
sure.
about what it's going to be like having so much young talent and freshmen coming in and being able to adjust to the high level of college basketball, especially in the Big 12.
Oh man, it's gonna be a great learning curve, but that's what I'm most excited for. I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it easy. We're gonna be a young team, like you said. There's gonna be a lot of learning that's gonna need to be taking place that first month. A lot of hard transition, a lot of bumps, stuff like that. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard, but that's the way it's supposed to be as a freshman. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
And I know the eventual goal for you, man, is to obviously be able to go and play in the NBA. So what's the path, what's the steps you have to be able to take to be able to reach that point eventually?
Oh man, just continue playing my game. Just continue, scoring in transition, getting to the rim, doing what I'm good at, being a versatile defender. I feel like I could guard like ones through fours, twos through fours. Um, and just being able to knock down that open shot consistently, that three shot consistently when they leave me open. And from there, it's gonna be hard to guard us, and I feel like that uh, you know, would be the best chance for me to turn myself into a pro. So.
And as great as committing to Oklahoma State has been, man, obviously that's still down the line. Right now, you're in the present and you'll be able to play at a great season so far at Orangeville. Talk about what the season's been like so far.
Oh no, the season's been great for us. We're obviously located in half an hour outside Toronto in Canada. So down here in Canada, we just finished our regular season, 19-0. We're going into the playoffs right now, and we're looking to bring the chip home. We haven't won it the past 2 years. My freshman year, we won it. Past 2 years, we haven't won it, and now we have to win it this year. I got to go with the chip, and then we're down in the grind session finals in Kentucky. We're a top 10 team in the grind session. I feel like we should be a little higher, but we're going down to the grind session finals in Kentucky. I'm not sure who we have first, but we're looking to bring that chip home too. For sure, there's some tough teams down there, prolific, but in the States we've been doing pretty good. We got some good wins, some tough losses. We took a couple tough losses to Hargrave and Hamilton High, stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to the grind session finals. I think we're gonna make a lot of noise down there.
Let's talk about the grind session, man. I think that's one of the best. I think that is the best like season-wise you can do as the prep level. I mean,
Yeah, for
talk
sure.
about what it's like going up where you every night you go against top players in the country. I mean, regardless of class. I mean, talk about what it's like in some of those competitions, those games.
For sure, man. That's everything I want. My final high school year. I want to be going against the best. I wanna see what they coming with. They want to see what I'm coming with. I want to struggle, go back to the drawing board, come back with some new moves, some new, you feel me, some added strength, all that stuff. So I want to put myself against the best. On any given night, you going against Jalen Green, you going against the top Burger Boys, all that stuff. So that's exactly what I want, man. Just go against the best, get better myself. You feel me? So.
Has it been a matchup that you really have enjoyed the most this year in the grind session?
My favorite matchup this year in the grind session, man. I really like the game against. Let me see. I like the game against Prolific. Obviously, Jaden Green got all the hype and stuff like that. I played all right. Oh no, the very first game of the grind session, against Dream City. You feel me? That was a good game. I finished that game at 20-23, I think.
So when you look at your high school career, I mean, as you said, I mean, you've already won one championship, and you're looking at obviously finishing up with another one. But what would you say has been your favorite moments in all of high school?
All of high school. Oh man, that was probably being selected to the Hoop Summit team last year on the world team. I was a young boy coming in, a junior. Most of those guys were seniors, and I got the chance to play with a lot of talented guys. That's going to be, in the draft this year. God willing, I get selected back this year, but that was probably my favorite moment of high school basketball. That winning the championship my freshman year. So.
Absolutely. And when you talk about that, I mean, you've been able to play alongside so many great players through camps, through teams, club teams, Team Canada, whatnot. But talk about what it's like seeing all your guys be able to go and make it to the next level just like you have been able to do and build the same dream.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's really cool. I played a lot of guys on my team, like Ignas Brazdeikis, who's on my team 2 years ago. He plays for the Knicks now. Oshae Brissett on the Raptors. Luguentz Dort on the Thunder. So I've played with a lot of NBA players on my team and stuff like that before. So it just makes my dream, puts that much more fuel behind my dream and stuff like that. Saying, yo, these guys was really running for the bus with me a couple years ago, and now they're making millions. So just puts that much more fuel behind my dream. And, they pushed me. Every day they text me, never get comfortable. Always be in the gym and stuff like that. So, they're just pushing me to be the best version of myself. So.
And let's talk a little more Canada basketball. I think that's something that's so underrated, but I mean, you guys can become this next Olympics. You guys can become the second country ever to produce a full roster of NBA players, which is not a small feat whatsoever. So talk about what it's like seeing Canada basketball grow into what it's become now.
No, Canada basketball is a beautiful thing. It's been a lot for my game. It's done a lot for the country. It's done a lot for everyone. I know Canada basketball. I struggle with them a little bit just because there's so much talent. Last year I had to play in Europe for the U19s. There's a lot of talent, but just the development, the coaching, everything, it's second to none, man. And you're gonna see it through the next couple of years. We have a lot of young, talented guys coming up. Caleb Houston, Ryan Nembhard. We're gonna see a lot of NBA level guys coming up next couple of years. But for the men's, we've been having a lot of cats from young days. So this year, we're looking to make it to the Olympics. Obviously, they're gonna have a full roster, like you said, Jamal Murray, Nikhil, Shea. So we're gonna be really talented. We're gonna be really talented for sure. But Canada basketball means a lot to me and this country. They've done a lot for all of us and all that stuff. So
without a doubt. Now you talk about that. I mean, not only do we see all the star players right now playing in the Olympics this upcoming season, but we look at the guys that's up and coming in high school right now. I mean, obviously we look at you. You can look at guys like Josh Primo, Charles Bediasco. I mean, the list goes on and on. Obviously, we have the young guy Elijah Fisher in the 2023 class. But
sure.
talk about what it's like seeing all this young talent in high school right now.
Oh man, no, it's crazy to really see. The Biosteel game, the Biosteel selection just came out a couple of days ago, and it was crazy to see all the young talent in the game and how much, we're like people making arguments. This guy got snubbed. But we were really saying that just goes to show you how much talent we really have in this country. Like you said, Primo, Charles, all those guys, man. Caleb, we got a lot. Keon Ambrose, we got a lot of cats, man. So. It's scary to think where everyone's gonna end up in the next 2 to 3 years, man. But those are all my brothers. We all just working. That's it. So we got a lot of talent in this country for sure.
And talk about you guys bond. I mean, obviously, you guys it comes from a country where you guys are kind of united, I know, and being able to go and play for Team Canada at the FIBA levels. And talk about what those experiences have been like playing alongside those guys.
All of them are our brothers. This year in Greece, we really got to bond a lot. Me, Charles, Primo, like that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. But those are my brothers for life. We talk a lot almost every day. Those are my brothers. The relationship we built second to none. Even guys in college right now, we have a great relationship. We talk a lot almost every day. Those are my brothers. That's it. We all just want to see the best for each other.
And what's it like when you put together those rosters? I mean, obviously, when you guys go to trials, you guys put together those teams. What's the kind of process like getting ready to go out and play in the FIBA tournaments?
Oh, it's similar to college. It was just like college. It was college. Just Canada was on your chest. Same thing. We scouted every team to a T. But my team had a lot of talent. We got some guys going to the NBA this year for sure. But it was a talented roster and it was a college atmosphere. So I'm grateful I did it.
So before I let you go, man, I would like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
My biggest role model, after my mom, my dad, those two first for sure. My mom and my dad, they just inspire me, just work hard, work my butt off, and they always push me. But after that, I'd probably say my biggest role model. I'd probably say my coach down here, Coach Tony. He's just early every morning, 6 a.m. He's not even working out, but he's just at his desk, sorting things out for the team. Man, he puts his family first. He's always with his family, so that he's been a real role model for me in high school. It's my coach, so.
And that's awesome. And having someone that can be an impact on your life, but also just show you kind of help guide you down your path and what God has in store for you is a huge thing.
For sure.
And I was like wrapping up my last question, talking about faith and religion. Obviously, me being a man of faith, but talk about what God's impact has been on your life to get you to the point you're at today.
Oh, it's been nothing but spectacular and a miracle. My mom always calls me. She says never take your blessings for granted. I know I'm highly favored. God has blessed me in many ways with abilities and stuff like that. So I owe it back to them just to work hard, just to give back to people that have given to me so much. And that's it. Just never count my blessings for granted. So I'm always giving back. I'm always trying to be the best person I can.
Absolutely, man. I mean, definitely got all this is a special path for everyone, but obviously keep doing your thing because you know it's going to be huge.
For sure.
Well, Devin, appreciate you taking time to come on today, my guy. I mean, can't wait to see how you finish up your high school season. I can't wait to see what you get done at Oklahoma State, man.
For sure. I appreciate that, big dog.
No problem, bro. God bless.
All right. Thank you. You too.